Hello everyone, and welcome back to another episode of Curtains Up, a historical perspective on drama. I'm your host, Rohan Sengupta, and in today's episode, we're going to dive into the long stretch in history where drama and the art of theater really took a turn for the worse. During the time period from about 400 to 1600, or the medieval period, the Roman Church took control over most of Europe, and because of drama at the time made fun of religion, most forms were banned. Let's take a closer look. Our story begins in the early medieval period. After the fall of the Roman Empire, theatrical performances faced significant opposition from the Christian Church. In fact, as early as 401 CE, the Fifth Council of Carthage decreed excommunication for anyone attending performances on holy days. Actors were even banned from receiving sacraments unless they gave up their profession. But, ironically, it was the church that eventually revived theater as a teaching tool. By the 10th century, the church realized that performance was a powerful way to communicate religious doctrine to largely illiterate populations. Thus, liturgical dramas were born. These were performances based on Bible stories, staged inside churches. Imagine a solemn mass suddenly coming to life with monks enacting the resurrection or the story of Daniel in the lion's den. These performances aimed to educate the faithful and reinforce Christian values through spectacle. Over time, these dramatizations grew more and more elaborate and moved outside church walls. By the 12th and 13th centuries, entire towns were staging large-scale religious plays known as mystery cycles and miracle plays. Let's start with miracle plays. These dramas depicted the lives of saints and their miraculous deeds, reinforcing the idea that faith could lead to divine intervention. A popular example featured Saint Nicholas, the patron saint of children and sailors, whose miracles often saved people in dire situations. Then we have mystery plays, also known as cycle plays. These told biblical stories from the creation of the world to the Last Judgment. Performed by craft guilds, each group was responsible for a specific episode. The bakers might stage the Last Supper, while the shipbuilders reenacted Noah's Ark. Some of these productions lasted for days, with elaborate pageant wagons traveling from town to town, bringing the Bible to life in a way that was both sacred and, at times, incredibly entertaining. That's right, entertaining. These plays weren't always somber. They included comic relief, slapstick humor, and even local references to engage audiences. But there was another type of medieval drama that took storytelling a step further, which was the morality play. Unlike mystery and miracle plays, morality plays didn't focus on biblical stories or saints. Instead, they were allegorical dramas about human virtues and vices, designed to teach moral lessons. One of the most famous is Everyman, which brings us to our focus drama for this episode. Everyman is one of the most important plays of the medieval time period. The story starts following a universal figure named Everyman, who represents all of humanity. One day, death arrives unexpectedly and tells Everyman that he must prepare for his final reckoning and present an account of his life before God. Frightened and desperate, Everyman seeks companionship and support. He turns first to fellowship, which were his friends, then kindred, or his family, and finally goods, his material wealth. However, one by one, they all abandon him, showing that worldly attachments cannot accompany a soul into the afterlife. In the end, only good deeds remains by Everyman's side, emphasizing the play's central moral. When death comes, only the virtues and kindness we have cultivated in life will matter. This powerful allegory continues to resonate across time, reminding audiences of the transient nature of wealth and relationships and the enduring value of morality and righteousness. Beyond its spiritual message, Everyman also reflects the medieval worldview, where life was seen as a pilgrimage toward salvation. The play has been studied extensively in modern times, often viewed as a reflection of medieval attitudes towards death, faith, and personal responsibility. Its influence is still felt in contemporary literature and drama, particularly in works that explore moral dilemmas and human redemption. As the medieval period came to a close, religious theater evolved further. By the late Middle Ages, secular elements like humor, political satire, and romance found their way into these performances. No longer strictly controlled by the church, these plays were now organized by town guilds, fueling civic pride, and a growing sense of community participation in the arts started to form. This shift set the stage, quite literally, for the emergence of Renaissance theater, where drama expanded beyond religious storytelling to explore human nature, social commentary, and individual expression. So why does medieval theater matter today, you may be asking? Well, for one, it laid the foundation for modern drama. The moral dilemmas of morality plays can still be seen in today's films, in today's literature, and even theater. The blend of sacred and comedic storytelling in medieval performances mirrors how contemporary plays and movies balance deep messages with entertainment. Moreover, these plays united communities, offering a shared experience of faith, culture, and storytelling. And isn't that the very essence of theater? Bringing people together to experience something greater than themselves? Even today, echoes of medieval theater resonate in modern storytelling. Take, for instance, modern-day passion plays, which continue to be performed around the world, particularly during Easter. Or consider how moral allegories, like those in morality plays, still appear in modern dramas, and also films, and even video games, where players must make moral choices affecting their characters' fates. Moreover, the concept of community theater, where local groups come together to stage productions, can be traced back to the guild-run performances of the medieval period. This connection between performance and community remains strong, proving that medieval drama was more than just a historical curiosity. It was a vital part of cultural expression that still shapes our entertainment landscape today. So, the next time you watch a play, film, or even a TV drama that explores morality, just remember, these themes have been on stage for centuries, guiding audiences through laughter, tears, and reflection. Thank you so much for tuning in to Curtains Up, a historical perspective on drama. I really hope you enjoyed today's episode, and next time, we're going to be diving into the Renaissance, which is going to be very exciting. I hope to see you then, and until then, curtains down.